Linda and LindaPaige has taught me so much.
I saw women as these judgmental, mean people before, and I realized as I started to look for the good in them that they were these incredible, wonderful, giving, loving people who sometimes were just dealing with hurt.
I've just seen such a transformation in my life of getting up and dressing up and feeling good about myself.
It wasn't until I started dressing up that I noticed how other people treated me.
No matter what you're doing, you can look your best and have a great time while you're doing it.
I have learned from Linda's message that I have a voice of my own.
I love the vision of LindaPaige. I love what Linda is doing for women all over the world, because when you feel good about yourself, there's nothing you can't do. It gives you the confidence to step into every moment like you belong there. It gives you that just extra push that you need to go out and conquer whatever's in front of you.
She wants you to be modeled to who you want to be, and that comes with how you dress yourself, how you present yourself.
She is using beauty to transform lives.
It doesn't take a huge amount of effort. It doesn't take an enormous budget. It doesn't take an enormous amounts of time. It just takes a willingness to want to try.
My encouragement would be just to take one small step in front of you.
When I learned how to dress up and I learned how to put myself together, it changed the way I see myself, it changed the way I see everyone around me, and it gave me the confidence to step into every moment, to own the moment, to step in like I belong there.
It's more about changing lives than it really is about fashion.
Okay, we are live. I wanted to see if there's yes, we've got some action already. I want to say hi to Christina Marie Hernandez. Always so good to see you. You were so often online, Christina. Thank you. Peggy Mitchell-Miller, I'm so glad that you have joined us. You're a faithful follower and encourager and supporter and member of the community of LindaPaige. I'm so glad you're here because I have your face up on here tonight. Hey Rachel Alder, so good to see you, my friend. We saw your husband yesterday here in York. So good to see him. Hoping that we will see you soon before the end of the next few months. Hello beautiful friend Magda. Hi Taryn Leica, good to see you guys. If you saw the couple of minutes clip that we started with, then you will see the crazy caliber of women that I get to work with. Yes, Taryn Leica, those earrings. This is something I'm going to tell you about a bit later. Conplot.com, KONPLOTT.com. Taryn was with us and Magda on our photo shoot in London for Arise and Shine, which I will tell you very briefly about also a little bit later. But I just kind of opened with, we've got so many beautiful video testimonials coming in from a very high caliber of women and men all over the world who we are just so blessed to work with. Hey Nikki Klein, the best looking girl pilot in the world. Nikki, I'm so glad you could join us because your face is up here as well tonight, my friend. Just using you as an example of how to get up and dress up as a mom, as a retired pharmacist. Guys, you want to stay tuned for that. Hello, Michelle Gack. Beautiful, beautiful Michelle was also with us on our London photo shoot, which is the third and penultimate photo shoot for our book Arise and Shine, which is actually I want to show you something that we've got started with the book. So hey Michelle, Marietta, hi, my sister-in-law all the way from South Africa. So glad you could join us, hi Ta, and looking forward to seeing you in June in South Africa. Okay folks, so what we are doing tonight is the Fabulous Full-Time Mom, because this is something very close to my heart and to the hearts of many women in our community who are getting up and dressing up and putting their best foot forward. But I want to show you some results. We've done a lot of workshopping around around the toolkit, around the 10 steps to sales success. Now I'm going to introduce you to some women who actually have been following those directions, and I'm going to show you their results. We have many, many beautiful clients we've worked with the past almost a year. But just before we get into that, if we have not yet met, my name is LindaPaige. I'm the founder and managing director of LindaPaige, which is a fashion business that I work 2 days a week. I'll tell you how we got inspired to get going. But basically, if you're on here with us right now and you want to share the message and you're part of our community, please go ahead and share this video right now on Facebook and get your friends and your family involved, because I want to be able to share the message of the power of wardrobe and that fashion is a relationship builder. And if you've got friends and family that you care about, then just share and like and tag them on this video right now, and share the power of that beauty is an inside job, and actually how we can use your time, your money, and your personality to impact the world. So there's 3 primary goals at the heart of LindaPaige. One is to inspire and equip women to arise and shine for such a time as this. And the second one is to use the fact that fashion is a relationship builder. It really is an icebreaker. If you're someone who needs to increase your confidence, if you're someone who needs to improve the relationships in your life, then fashion is a great way to do that. And we've spoken a lot about how, and I'm going to show you. And finally is to put fashion to work for the poor, because I believe that fashion can change the world. I believe that it has a great purpose. I believe that getting dressed up on the inside and the outside helps us to arise and shine. And it's all about influence, because when we get up and we lift ourselves up to a position of rightful identity, and we work through all the crap that we need to work through, and we get to a good place of who we are, then we are able to lift others up and to edify others. And it's actually about others. So the bonus about fashion and style is that we get to feel good and look good as well, but it positions us to help and love others, and that changes the world. So this is my business coach and mentor, Danny Johnson. I want to just tell you very briefly, if we have not met, you and I, that none of this would be happening if it weren't for a business seminar called First Steps to Success, which is probably, I would say without a doubt, the most powerful leadership, business and communication and financial coaching that exists on the planet. In February 2013, my husband and I attended February 2013's London-based First Steps to Success, with much kicking and screaming and being dragged over there. And boy, am I grateful to my friend Richard Morton, who just was actually with us here this weekend. If it weren't for him, then I shudder to think where we would be. Prior to meeting Danny Johnson, our coach and mentor, my husband had just moved out. We had been separated for a week. We were absolutely buried under a mountain of debt. I was a total shopaholic. I was a 6 o'clock, 1 o'clock kind of girl. I was going through a bottle of wine a day, sometimes 2 bottles every couple of nights, just to cope with my life. And I was a guilty, absent mom. And since plugging into DannyJohnson.com, we are about to attend our 25th or 26th event this very coming weekend in LA. Since plugging into this coaching, we have paid off $260,000 in just over 2.5 years. We are completely business and personal debt-free. Our marriage was restored from a contract mindset to a covenant environment where we are still learning and applying amazing new skills and tools to strengthen and unify our marriage every day. I was promoted to full-time mom after many years in business. I've been in business for 28 years. And about 3 years ago, I was promoted to full-time mom, which gave rise to this very workshop tonight that we're going to talk about. And I found myself in a whole new place, requiring whole new skills, and I had a massive revelation and many aha moments when I was promoted to full-time mom. I also was freed of the slavery of having to drink a bottle of wine at night just to cope with my life. I am surrounded by the most incredible people whose support and encouragement is always uplifting and edifying, and there is just nothing else that I can say except if you have any area of your life that you can improve in the way of financial, communication skills, relationship skills, business skills. My son is actually attending his first advanced leadership course with us this May. It'll be his 4th event, and he's 9 years old. So I'm a better mom as a result of this. I'm a better person. I'm a better wife. I'm a better overall girl. So with this, you will see me mentioning Danny Johnson or First Steps quite frequently, as I do in every workshop, because if it weren't for this specific event, and if it weren't for my God, I would not be here. And so I very freely speak about my faith. We have many people in our community who don't believe in the same God, and I love that that's okay, because God uses all things to achieve his purpose and to bring women together. So Agnesa, hello my friend. Hey Roozles, Richard in London, so good to see you online. Agnesa is my beautiful friend in Latvia who also was with us on the London photo shoot. Hey Robin, this will be my first time. My daughter will be at Dynasty too. Your whole family will be there. That is fantastic. Robin, that's awesome. Let's connect our kids. I love that about this coaching environment. Okay. Thank you for joining us, folks. We're so excited right now to be in the very, very middle of our first commercial product. I spent the first year just sowing time and skills and money into image consulting with women one-on-one all over the world. I've been blessed to work with the most amazing, powerful, influential, beautiful women. I actually prayed for the right people to come my way that I cry through a lot of our consultations, because fashion and wardrobe and personal style is something very, very powerful. And so what we're now focusing on we have our first anniversary year coming up, but we are working on Arise and Shine, which is a beautiful, bigger than A4 kind of glossy fashion book, kind of coffee table book, which is a style inspiration and a fashion toolkit. It's going to be your best investment to develop your style skills and to become your own style guru. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that a little later. Lorna and Michael also watching. Lovely, Lorna. I'm so glad that you're watching with us. Michael, they were just here visiting us, our precious friends from London, some of the most beautiful people, Richard, Lorna, and Michael, who live in London. If you haven't connected with them, you've got to connect. Lorna and Michael Titus. Lorna, I'm so glad that you're with us. You will see your beautiful story on our slides as well. So folks, straight into the Fabulous Full-Time Mom. Again, if you want to share, just like and share and tag some people if you want to get them involved in this workshop. We've got some amazing things to share with you. We've got a couple of, there's one official announcement coming about the book. And so if I forget at the end, would someone please say, hey Linda, what was the official announcement of the book? Thank you. Because you're in my living room right now. This is my lounge. I'm at home in York in the UK. And so it's a very casual conversation, just bringing you updates and bringing you tools and skills that other women are applying that I really want you to get stuck into, and I'm going to tell you exactly where to go and get them. So if you like something that I'm saying, or if you have questions, please shoot. Do a whole bunch of emojicons so it catches my attention down here, and I may stop and just have a look at your question, or have a look at, if you want to hear more about something I'm saying, then I'm just going to go where the need is. I'm not going to necessarily stick to my agenda. Okay, so in 2016, these are 3 examples of some amazing women that I got to work with. We have Melissa Sykes, who actually is our Fabulous Full-Time Mom poster girl. Melissa won our very first wardrobe webinar, which we put together. The girl went from 0 to hero in 2 months last year. She became a full-time mom and just found herself starting to dress down and not really look and present herself the way that she was used to. And I'm going to give you a bit more of her in a minute. Then we've got Dana Grant, beautiful Dana, who was pregnant at the time of that picture, who now has had her baby. And then we have beautiful Jill Kearns, who's very special to me because, did I see Jill on here? I thought I saw her logging in here. Jill is an incredibly intelligent, gifted, experienced businesswoman who is also a full-time mom, and who helped me to put my logo for LindaPaige together and refused to be paid for it. This is the kind of women that we have in our community. I want to show you a silver thread that runs through all of the people I'm going to share with you. All of these women here in front of you overcame some challenges in being business people and then becoming full-time or part-time moms, and they all have a coach. They have a business coach and mentor who they attend seminars with on a very regular basis, take notes, they submit themselves to trustworthy leadership, they go away and apply the new skills, and they come back for more. So teachability is one of what we teach in our negotiation courses, one of the 6 principles of very, very successful people. So let's move on to Melissa. You really need to go and check out Melissa's story in full on www.lindapaige.com. That's PAIGE.com. Melissa is just one of those girls that you just think, wow, she really always seems like she's got it together. She's always smiling, always beautiful, but she was very transparent in sharing that when she became a mom, she just started dressing down. She was wearing her t-shirts and what I call tacky trackies. There's nothing wrong, ladies, with yoga pants, and in fact, I've got some of my favorite yoga pants on. Nothing wrong with yoga pants. Nothing wrong with a beautiful, comfortable, kind of leisure wear comfy outfit at home. But it can't be the norm. It can't be your everyday. It's got to be the exception and not the rule. And when it is yoga pants and something comfortable, you can be comfortable and look beautiful at the same time. In fact, I believe through experience it helps you to relax more at home. So Melissa was that girl who started dressing down, didn't do her hair, no makeup, and then she joined our webinars and got into the Fabulous Full-Time Mom and our wardrobe webinars and just made very small changes. She just started creating for herself a routine with hair and makeup and just upped her color, and the difference was profound. I was very, very pleased and very privileged to work with Melissa, who lives in Florida in the USA. Guess what? She has a coach. So teachability was a profound leading factor for her to do an absolute overhaul in terms of her dress. Here's beautiful Dana Grant. So when Dana became a mom, same thing happened with her. Hey, Peggy Miller, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're joining us. I have you here as well. Thank you, Peggy, for being such an awesome, faithful follower. Thank you for always sharing things like putting out the website address there as you go. You were just incredible, so proactive, so encouraging, Peggy. So back to Dana. Dana was one of those women who just lost sight of herself when she became a mom. Because if you're a mom or a childminder, as you know, it can be overwhelming. It can be completely a new set of skills that you need. I had to learn how to cook. I had to learn how to run a home on a budget. I had to learn how to use a menu schedule. I had to learn time management. And I'm so grateful for the 3 tools that's part of our 10 steps to style success that I'm going to share with you later. If it weren't for that, I don't know, man, I might have gone back to full-time business because I felt like a total failure. And I spent 2 months in my home, mainly in my kitchen, feeling like an absolute failure. And then I thought to myself, what changed? Like Dana and I had this conversation, what changed in my life? And then I looked around me and I thought, you know what's changed? It's the way that I dress. So I've been in business, mainly in corporate business for had by then been 25 years, now 28 years. And the only thing that had changed was I started dressing down and I started being sloppy. And then I realized the thing that's changed is my office. My home is my office. My home is my business. It's my company. So why am I looking like a sloppy ragdoll? So it was a 2-month lesson for me, and that is how the Fabulous Full-Time Mom was born. So we have Dana here, who in the same way had a similar experience, and she started just following the webinars, applying the basic principles, simple tools. She gave us feedback and said her house is cleaner, she's got more confidence, her marriage was very positively impacted. Jonathan started treating her differently. She said she's a better mom now, and she's role modeling to her kids what a mom is and the value of that role. She started making new friends. She started impacting positively the women at her, I think it was a kiddie kind of get-together club, where she didn't walk in as if she was better because she was beautifully dressed. She actually made subtle changes that sparked conversation, and then friendships were born out of that. So here's a picture of Dana, I think it was last year, pregnant, very pregnant, and learning at a business conference. This is where I met Dana. Investing in herself, not stopping the learning, not stopping the work, following directions. And look at her little shoes, because I said on one of the workshops, if you've got any tacky, drabby, holey shoes, holy cow, would you just go and burn them or ditch them or just get rid of them? And she sent me this picture and she said, Linda, I'm following directions. Thank you, because these are my most comfortable shoes, but I don't feel good in them. And she went and chucked them away at the business seminar when she heard that. And guess what? She has a coach. It's teachability. It's not, yeah, but these are comfortable. Yeah, but no, actually, it's just following directions. And it's what my coach teaches me is find the results of someone who has the results that you want, and just do what they're doing. If it's someone, whether it's in style, whether it's in financial training, whether it's in life, whether it's in parenthood, just find someone who has the results that you want, and just follow directions and apply it and try it and see what results it produces, because it's a recipe. It's a simple recipe. Anyone can do it. You can do it. Here's my beautiful friend Rachel Elder, who I hope is still online. Rachel is also a fellow South African who lives in the UK. And Rachel actually has been honest enough with us and told us that she actually believed over the course of years that beauty was vanity, and that any time that you spent getting dressed up and taking care of yourself was an exercise of selfishness. For various reasons, inside the church, outside the church, that's the message that she kind of indirectly got. And when she joined our community, she started experiencing a shift in her heart through wardrobe. She started connecting with women who previously she felt like she wouldn't have a connection with. She started dressing up when she had to leave the home to go somewhere, but she also gave us feedback saying now she also knows how to take something and dress it down so that she looks good and feels good at home, but she doesn't have to be wearing heels and bling to feel and look good. She says she's a better wife, a better mother, a better teacher, a better friend, and her faith, she said, has been completely expanded through understanding that God uses fashion and style to achieve his purpose. Fashion is a relationship builder. It's an icebreaker. My beautiful friend Liz Sains, I don't know if she's on. Laura Gardeman, hello, beautiful Laura. So glad that you're here, Laura. I'm so glad you women are here because I've got your story as an example. Liz Sains, a beautiful friend that I've not met yet. We worked together a little bit one-on-one, and she told me about this relationship at the office, about this very, very strong woman who did not like her, and how does she use fashion as a relationship builder. So I said to her, Liz, tell me what this woman wears, what's her position, tell me more about how she dresses. So we in about 30 seconds, identified this woman's personality profile, and I said to you, I can tell you that it's not that she doesn't like you, it's that you need to connect with her on her level. And that's one of the things I love about the style profile that we use here, which I'll tell you about, because dressing up is that relationship builder. Well, Liz went out and did the very thing. We exchanged a couple of weeks of coaching, and she went out and did that, and she now has an amazing relationship with this very, very different character to hers at the office. Guess what? Rachel Alder has a coach. Here's a woman, that's me, about a year ago. I want to tell you, on YouTube, on Facebook, we have about a year's worth of practical tips and tricks that you can just go and find and make your way through. I have invested kind of thousands of hours putting together things that I think will help you, and the women who have tried them have come back and said, oh my gosh, I did not realize it would be that simple. So here we were at home, okay, so simple hair and makeup routine in the morning. I have if it takes more than 7 minutes, then I don't, it doesn't work for me. So my pace is out there like many of you, and 6-7 minutes to just do my hair, do my makeup. So that has to be the first order of place: shower, hair and makeup. Then I'll do my cleaning, some homeschooling. I'm a homeschooling mom as well. And then I'm wearing something that I can very quickly just add an oversized jersey and some flat red shoes to, and bam, I'm ready to go out the door if I need to go to the shops, or if I need to go to the station and pick somebody up, or if I just need to get out the door and feel and look more presentable. Here, of course, it was a little bit cooler. Here in the UK, it's often cool, but it is springtime, and we're so happy here about that. But it really is a very simple thing, and it's usually the little things. So if you want to go to our Facebook page, stay connected with us there. We have 3 posts a week. It's Sunday Style Stakes. So encouraging you to go to your wardrobe on Sunday night and go, okay, what have I got coming up this week? And what am I going to wear? Even if you don't plan every single outfit for the day, which is advisable. It's not something I do, but I do know where I'm going, and I absolutely have learned the skill and the art and the science of getting organized and getting packed ahead of any kind of travel. I'm normally packed a day, if not 2 days before, and I've learned so much. My coach said about 3 years ago, that hit me on the back of the head. I'm sitting at the business seminar and I'm writing, taking notes, and she said, that which you think you're good at, you will never master. And I looked up and I was like, holy crap. I think I'm good at fashion. I think I'm good at style. That was the day that I decided I am not going to limit myself and the people that I work with in my life to what I think fashion is, to what I think style is. So I just started learning. Terminal 5 at Heathrow Airport is one of my favorite places in the world. It's like a runway. I sit back and get myself a coffee or a glass of champagne in the business lounge, and I just watch and I just get inspired, and I kind of make mental notes. And I started going onto YouTube thinking how to better pack for trips, how to, travel packing and different ways of packing. It's saved me time, because now I pack for, my husband keeps saying, and he said it again today, I'm so impressed you've got a little cabin-sized carry-on bag for our trip to Amsterdam and to LA this week, because that's an 8-day suitcase. It's a little cabin-sized thing, and I've got about 7 or 8 different outfits that I need between business and that seminar and casual and travel. So I encourage you just to go and check out the tips we shared there. Oh, and this girl also has a coach. Danny Johnson is my coach and mentor, the woman that's changed my life. She is also a coach and mentor to many women who are in our community, which is such a profound privilege to have met these women through her. So here's an example that we've done many of these in our workshops. There's videos on YouTube. If you go to LindaPaige on YouTube, a lot of this on on Facebook as well. Just examples of, so how do we take a fairly beautiful, classic, smart casual outfit like this, how do you dress it down? Well, very simply, you change the heels to flat ballet pumps, which is a capsule wardrobe item. You change, look at the jewelry, you change the necklace to a scarf, which is an accessory, easy to use. You change all the bling and carry a summer casual tote, which is another capsule wardrobe item. You change the beautiful formal, more camel colored blouse to a white collar blouse, which is another capsule wardrobe item. Take away the bling, put your hair up in a ponytail or make it slightly more casual, and there you've dressed it down. Have a look again. If you go back to that, heels, bling, and a more formal top, break it all down. Very, very simple things about how you can use the capsule wardrobe to create hundreds and hundreds of outfits, and your husband or your whoever it is will be happy because you do not have to go shopping. When you create a beautiful wardrobe on a budget and you follow the capsule wardrobe list, you will have a whole new closet available to you. So here's Lorna Titus, our beautiful Lorna. So Agnesa, I always remember this tip you gave me, never wear for others. Yes, I'm going to show you Agnesa. I've got her picture of her. This woman who was so kind and hosted me in Latvia when I was at a business conference. She was dressing in a certain way. I'm like, tell me more about what you're wearing. And then she said, well, people don't dress like this is how they dress in Latvia. And I said to her, don't dress for Latvia, dress for you, dress for your faith. You're an ambassador, you're a mom, you're a woman, you're a child of God, you're a businesswoman, you're an entrepreneur. And so thank you, Agnes, for that reminder. Yeah, so don't look around you. It doesn't mean that you want to stand out and that you want to be noticed everywhere you go just because you dress up. That is a lie straight from hell that wants to keep you back and hold you from shining a light. Because when you shine a light, you're either going to shine it from the inside or you're not. And if it doesn't come from the inside, well, then you're not going to connect. But you know your motivation, and when you dress up for the right motivation to honor your husband and to honor the brand that you have, which is multiple roles, then you're going to shine the right kind of light, and people are not going to be intimidated or disconnected by you. They're actually going to be drawn to you. Jill, my friend Jill Kearns, actually put it very succinctly. She said people are very drawn to a visual image. So if you saw the video in the beginning, or if you missed it, check out the recording. In the very beginning, we've got 4 or 5 beautiful women that I've had the privilege of working with, and Jill says it great. She said, we have a brand, we have a voice, and we need to communicate that accordingly. So Lorna, my beautiful friend, used to be perpetually in black and grey and maybe some jeans, and here she's got a beautiful, colorful, look at her, look at that chocolate skin, and look at this is Lorna at our photo shoot in London. She put this beautiful dress on, and just very, very simple, very simple. She's not someone who wants to be walking around like full of trinkets and accessories, and all I added was a little red belt, and it made all the difference. Red is an accessory. Red is part of our capsule wardrobe. Guess what? Lorna has a coat. So my question for you at this point is, what is your vision for your wardrobe? Because we know that a man without a vision will perish. And yes, it does, absolutely does apply to your personal presentation. If you don't have a vision for how you want to communicate with the world through your image, because remember, you are a daughter or a son first. You're not first a wife, you're not first a mother. This is about the fabulous full-time mom, but you, I believe, are created by the most powerful and only living God in the world. And so you are a daughter first. So there is something to be said about your relationship with God and how you represent your faith and how you walk out your faith. There is a separate workshop called Faith in Fashion that you can find also on our YouTube account, which had an amazing response, and we're going to probably do one more toward the end of the year, but that's also, we've got a few live event kind of ideas coming up. But faith in fashion is, a lot of people who are Christians or who believe in God will say, yes, but it says in Peter that you shouldn't adorn yourselves with outward. That is the common thing for people who actually use that as an excuse not to dress up. I'm sorry, not sorry, but that is the truth. Because if beauty is an inside job, it shows up on the outside. And when you shine and you rise and shine and you get up and dress up and live up to the calling on your life, then it shows up on the outside. And similarly, you can't dress up on the outside and not let it be from the heart. So it's a whole kind of combination. It's an inside-out job. Beauty is an inside job. But you have to have a vision for your wardrobe. So what is your personality? Who are you? Are you a wife, a mother, a businesswoman, a part-time childminder? Are you an entrepreneur? You have to look at who you are in the mirror and have a conversation with yourself or with God or whoever it is and just go, what do I want my message to be to the world? Do I want to be influential? Do I want to be approachable? Do I want to say, hey, there's a fun side of my personality according to the way that I dress? Do I care about people? Because you can communicate that through your wardrobe. Am I organized? Am I trustworthy? Am I reliable? We are a fickle people, folks, and you get judged on your dress every single day. So you may as well put your best foot forward. You're in the fashion business whether you like it or not. So you may as well. Hello, Veronique Ludic from South Africa. Thank you for joining us. Veronique is one of our beautiful clients from way back in the very beginning when we launched LindaPaige, a beautiful woman who found who she is and how valuable and loved she is again through making some wardrobe changes. Veronique, we're in South Africa in June for a safari and in Cape Town just for 10 days out. An amazing trip organized all by my husband. I've done nothing. And so I would love for you to let me know if you're going to be around or exactly your location of where you live and maybe we can hook up. That would be amazing. Okay, so I thought I had a good vision and a pretty solid vision until that business seminar that I spoke to you about, which is First Steps to Success. Now, the next one that we're attending is this very weekend in LA, which is 22, 23, 24. Gosh, I hope I've got that right. I don't even know what the date is right now. Babes, my husband's on the other side of this camera. Could you please double check?
22, 23, 24.
Yes, thank you. 22, 23, 24. I have an amazing husband who is my everything when it comes to technical and corporate sponsor and strategist. I call him the general because we sat down to lay out the book for the first time the other day, page 1 to 354, with the awesome help of my friend Richard, who's organized and creative eye, is extremely valuable. And my husband came in for 5 minutes and said, bam, here's your strategy. I'm like, oh, that would have taken me 2 hours. So thank you, babes. 22, 23, 24, April. This is, I can't even put words to it, the place where if you need vision, if you need to light a fire, if you need to, thank you Magda, 22 to 24, awesome organized friend. If you need to catch a vision, if you need to get up and wake up and rise up and lift up yourself, your family and your business and your friends, this is the event. My husband and I have traveled the world. He's done 61 countries, I've done about 27, 28. Worked on every single continent in the world. We have the privilege of working with some of the most just prestigious brands in the world like Adidas, Vodafone, Nokia, Network Rail. We are absolutely privileged to work with people like TomTom, senior executives who we get to work with one-on-one in negotiation, coaching and training environments. And with all of that, we have never experienced the caliber and the relevance of the leadership training that is this event. So you're going to hear me saying that at least one more time. So then the other thing when you want to talk about your vision for your wardrobe is, so what is your style profile? So your personality is directly connected to how you like to dress. Here we've got my beautiful friend Tammy in that beautiful chocolate skin and that awesome modern hair. This is a grandmother. You would never say that because she gets up and she likes to power dress and she is what we call a ruby. And I'm going to tell you about the gems in a minute. It is a totally non-negotiable tool in the toolkit for your closet if you really want to become your own style guru and stop having to rely on other people out there, whether it's me or somebody else. You need to invest the time, the money, and the muscle. And you too can become your own style guru because it is just a skill. Style is a skill. Then you have my beautiful friend Aiga in the black and white who lives in Latvia. She has a beautiful but more structured, more practical approach to how she dresses. Then there's a beautiful lady in the middle who I don't know, but I bought her picture and that's what we call Pearl. A very soft, beautiful, loving, gentle kind of way of dressing. And then my gorgeous friend Serena, who she has to have color. The girl is what we call a sapphire and she loves to, she's got beautiful tattoos and accessories and color. And she is a wonderful ambassador for the sapphire. And once again, all these women right over here, except the woman in white who I don't know, they all have a coach. So this is Gems. Now this is a DannyJohnson.com copyrighted product that I have mentioned on every single workshop, on every single webinar, on many of our posts on social media. Gems is my favorite product of all time. It's just next to the Bible, it is probably for me the most powerful tool in the world. It explains very, very simply what your primary and your secondary personality preferences are, how we were born, how we were knitted in our mother's womb, how we're wired. And it is directly connected to how you like to dress. I had an aha moment a couple of years ago sitting in this business seminar going, oh, that is the perfect style profile. That is just the simplest, most powerful, most relevant and applicable profile that I've ever come across to help men and women to say, understand who you are first. It's no good opening those magazines and seeing that this is what you should do when you're not that height, that age, that style, and that's not your work environment, and you don't like to wear, 5 different colors together. That's not going to work for you. You're not going to feel happy. You're not going to feel confident. So this is tool number 1 in our 10 steps to style success, which I'm going to summarize for you at the end. So when it comes to the fabulous full-time mom, we all have these days. We absolutely do. There's no one. What I love about this environment, our community, this is not a perfection parade. Oh my gosh, I would not be here. And I know that all the amazing women that I work with would just say, nope, I don't qualify. This is not a perfection parade, and it's not about pretending that life is all perfect. And you get onto Facebook and we know people post their challenges and their successes and their triumphs, but everybody knows. So come on, let's be honest. We all know that life is not perfect, and thank goodness, otherwise we wouldn't be learning anything and growing every single day. There are these days where we just feel overwhelmed. But I can tell you that they absolutely have to be the exception, and they will be the exception when you have a plan for your wardrobe. When you decide what your vision is for your personal presentation, you absolutely will save yourself time, money, and stress. It is a guarantee. So as an ambassador in your life, what are you teaching your child about the role and the value of mom? I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with amazing women who've had complete revelations, like I did. I was in business most of my life, and then 3 years ago promoted to full-time mom. And I was not role modeling mom. I thought I'd be better in business than I would be at home. I thought if I just stayed away from my kids, in fact, my beautiful friend Taryn Leica has a very similar story to share. I felt that most of my value would be in business, helping to bring in more income so that I could provide more for them in terms of private schools and trips, and that was absolutely a load of nonsense. The best thing for my kids is for me to be at home with them. And what I can tell you right now, I'm a little bit distracted, is my awesome son, Jamie, who's 9, has just walked in here. He can't sleep. This is our lounge, this is our home, so he's sitting here. Hi, Bobby. An awesome, wonderful son who's, if I didn't understand his gem, then I can tell you what, I would not be the mom that I am. Because of gems, and I have learned what my personality is and what his is, very different to my little 3-year-old little girl's personality. I know how to connect with him now. We're so much closer thanks to gems. So you have to stop and ask yourself, what do you have you ever asked your kids, through me as your mom, what is your impression of the role as mom? I encourage you and challenge you to ask them that. What do you think about, on a scale of 1 to 10, based on how I role model mom, how would you rate the value of the role of mom? I challenge you and I encourage you to go and ask them that, because there is opportunity for learning there, and there's opportunity there for you to connect with your kid. Fashion is a powerful form of communication, and I love that some women are very comfortable, some moms are very comfortable with, if their kids want to get up and dress up in a complete tribal smash of neon color with gray and stripes and polka dots, that is them expressing themselves. That is them exploring. That is them just using style and color and fabric and motion just to kind of figure out and play around a little bit. Definitely a good question to ask. Yes, Veronique. And you're so teachable. I love that. And I encourage you to ask that question. Fashion builds relationships. Think now about you and your child, or you and your grandchild, or you and your niece or nephew if you're not married with children. Think about the kids in your life who you actually have influence over right now. You don't have to be married with children. There are children in your life that you have influence over, and you can use fashion to connect with them, to spend time with them, to build relationship with them. It builds confidence. You can say, hey, this is what we've got on, we're going to go to this play, what do you want to wear? And they're like, I don't know. Do you have any preference? What colors do you like? And especially if you're trying to build or renew a relationship, it's great to ask those questions. You'll be amazed at what comes out of their mouths. It builds creativity. It builds leadership. There are, regrettably, many people, many parents in the world who will not let their kids wear, a crazy mix of colors and a helmet to school on the way to school because they're like, no, you don't stand out, you must conform, and that's a very sad thing actually, because we know that we're not to conform to the ways of the world, and it's not that you want to dress them up to be contrarian. No, you just want to give them freedom of expression. Sometimes we need to conform to respectfully dress in a certain dress code for an organization or an event or something like that, of course, but I'm saying by and large, if your kid wants to wear a pink tutu and some trainers and a yellow sock and a purple sock like my little girl does, with her red ballerina dress and a cycling helmet, I let her, and she loves it. She absolutely loves it. And you can teach them that fashion actually is a very powerful tool for the poor. For example, through our book that we're building, that is going to generate $100,000, 90% of which is going to go straight to King's Ransom. I'll tell you about that at the end. But fashion has a powerful purpose. I know a lot of people, it might be one of you, that's your daughter, Laura, that's awesome. I know your daughter Ashley has a wonderful interest in fashion. And she has sent me an email, and I love that she wants to offer her time, and I would love for you and I to talk about that sometime. And let's see what we can give her within the LindaPaige community, just to start little by little, to start contributing her time and to growing her skills, because I think that is a fantastic thing for her to do. And it's a very honoring and a very noble and a very pure environment for a young woman in her teens to start putting her skills to work there. So you can teach your children that fashion and personal style has got so many things going for it, but doesn't have to be the fickle thing. Fast fashion does not have to be the consumer thing in their minds that the world teaches. You know, fast fashion is not a good thing. There's a whole concept called slow fashion now, because the millennials especially are saying, you know what, I'm done with living in this planet that actually is like completely almost used up, and what about my kids one day, what about my grandkids? And the millennials actually are a very astute new generation of men and women who, a lot of them will only buy recycled clothing. They will go to a beautiful store that sells kind of pre-loved, second-hand, good quality clothing. I'm not talking thrift shops, I'm not talking charity stores. I'm talking, they will seek out brands that actually go out to sell second-hand, high-quality things. And that's a very noble thing to do. So the capsule wardrobe, which is why we keep on going back to this, is something that is going to use your personality to save you time, to save you money, to save you the effort of saying, I don't know what to wear every time. I have nothing to wear, when you have a closet full of clothing. Because the shocking factor there, folks, is, you know, in Haiti is actually one of the countries that used to have a thriving industry of tailors and seamstresses. Thriving industry, and it was a huge and very stable form of income for them. Well, take over sweatshops and labor shops and awful labor trafficking and fast fashion and this awful, evil consumer kind of mindset that we all have grown up with in the world. There are no tailors and seamstresses left there who are recruited for their amazing skills. Rather, what they get now is the end of the fast fashion, used up, you know, the $2 or the $5 or the $25 item that's been worn 2 or 3 or 5 times, and the landfill that is clothing gets dumped in one of the countries is Haiti. So they're now pulled away from being able to earn an income through that, and they actually get the recycled clothing that cannot be, it's not biodegradable obviously, and it gets dumped on their land. That's what fast fashion does. That's why I believe it's up to us. Every single individual can make a difference through fashion. Here's my beautiful friend Taryn Leica, who is a mom of 3, by the way, and she was on our London photo shoot, and she was modeling the 30 items of the capsule wardrobe for us. Beautiful Chelsea Harbour Hotel, which was one of our corporate sponsors, thanks to Clive Harrington, who is the international sales or VP of a chain of hotels called Millennium and Copthorne Hotels in London, or in the UK. If you had the opportunity to come to London or wherever you go and you want a good hotel with strong leadership and trustworthy, noble, good hearts, then Millennium and Copthorne Hotels is the place to go. And so this is where we were, and we talk about red being an accessory. You don't have to go and buy a bold red dress. You just have to try red lipstick. See what red lipstick has done for the people I'm going to share with you in a minute. There are 5 capsule wardrobe items going here, and this is a woman who was a mom of 1, and then she and her husband adopted 2 orphans who were very sadly, tragically orphaned within her family, and she became a mom of 3 quite overnight, quite unexpectedly. But Taryn still believes in getting up, dressing up, and putting your best foot forward, because I agree with her that God will not give you anything that you cannot handle. And that when you get up and dress up and you feel stronger and you feel more empowered, it actually can help you to overcome the challenges and to achieve your goals still. Being a busy mom of 3, and she is an actress and a model, a screenwriter, a film producer and director. This is a woman with some lofty goals, but a very humble heart as well. So that's a beautiful Taryn Mika. This is the gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. There is something about Mary. Mary Howard actually works on the staff of my business mentor and coach, Danny Johnson, and she is an incredibly gifted copywriter and producer for the radio show. This young woman came to me, I don't even know how long ago it was, maybe 2 years ago, at a business seminar and said, Linda, would you help me to dress up the opposite way? Because we have, one of the things I love about my coach is she understands the power of wardrobe. She completely understands. She's the only woman I know who is in her position and who uses it with such influence that she has a dress in your opposite profile kind of day to connect with others, to feel what it's like to walk in their shoes. A very, very powerful day at the advanced leadership event called Creating a Dynasty, which is taking place right after the next event, First Steps, in May. It only happens twice a year, and it is the most powerful, practical leadership training on the planet. So Mary came to me, we put on some red lipstick, we put on some bling, we put on some heels, and her feedback was phenomenal. In fact, her transformation has been phenomenal. Some of you may know Mary. Yes, Rachel, we love Mary. There are so many people who have been inspired by Mary through red lipstick. It initiated and catapulted a journey of, hey, who's that girl? That's my little tagline for Mary is like, who's that girl? Through 2014, 2015, 2016, go and check out Mary Howard on Facebook. The woman is unrecognizable. And she started with red lipstick and a bold outfit. And suddenly she saw someone different in the mirror. The woman is an inspiration. Then, and she has a coach, of course. Teachable, humble girl. So when it comes to being at home as moms, there is an absolute way that we can relax and be comfortable and still look good. You've got to, I beg of you, if you've got a tacky-tracky, you have to burn it. Make it a commitment. Get together with some of your girlfriends, and if you've got something that you need to part with, that high school or that college sweatshirt or your ex-boyfriend's t-shirt or your whatever it is, it's got to go. Because when you dress up comfortably but still beautifully and in a feminine way, you will have a better day. You will be more relaxed. You might pick up that book and have more me time and go, you know what, I'm going to read this, and you look down and your toenails are polished and you will feel better. You will have a more relaxing day. There is a way to dress down and be comfortable and still look good. So when that person unexpectedly rings your doorbell at your front door, or when you have to grab your bag and run out the door because there's an emergency, you don't have to worry about looking like a hot mess, because this is how you look. How to be comfortable and classy at home. This is my stunning friend, Brandy Del Rio, who lives in the USA. And this is one example of many that we have in our book, Arise and Shine, where we are showcasing how you can just team very basic, simple things that you have in your closet already. T-shirts, skirts, yoga pants, and how you can put them together and still absolutely look and feel beautiful and feminine. And you'll have a more productive day. So a lot of that is coming in the book. If you haven't pre-ordered yet, then you want to stay on until the end. I'll give you the email address, and I'm going to confirm for you the price that has been made official and finalized. And we are only taking a small number of pre-orders for the pre-order price. There is a boutique, I just want to mention this quickly, called Mio, Make It Your Own. There's a beautiful woman by the name of Giovanna on Facebook, find Mio, and she actually dressed Brandy in a couple of beautiful, free-flowing, kind of freedom-representing outfits that Brandy is a beautiful woman. She can wear anything, but she has had a massive transformation in her life, and she's starting to wear kind of looser, prettier, more free-flowing outfits that actually represent the freedom that she's found in her heart. So Mio is a designer boutique that sells new and second-hand items, beautiful kind of freedom-inspired concept. Go and check them out on Facebook. Lovely people. And guess what? Brandy has a coach. Those of you who are pregnant or have been pregnant or going to be pregnant again, ladies, that thing in your bump is the miracle of life, and it's a blessing, and you have got to dress it up. You have got to you've got to stop hiding it. I can't tell you how many women I work with that absolutely say, oh, Linda, how do I dress to hide it until I have no choice? I'm like, why do you want to hide it? It's so people might think, oh, you've had maybe 10 extra pizzas this month because it's a little bit more. So what? If you dress it for what it is, there is just no stopping the connections you'll make everywhere you go. People love the beauty of a pregnant woman. It's not to be, some people have a very personal thing. I'm not going to tell anyone for X number of months. That's fine. That's your personal business. My personal thing, both times I was pregnant, I'm like, number one, oh good, I can just hang loose now because I don't have to pull in my tummy. It's a little bit fat and round anyway now. And number two, I just dressed it up. I dressed it up at every occasion, not every single day, where it was summer, and both my babies were like, it was summer and it was hot and it was beautiful. You get the kind of, as you can see, the red dress, that's me pregnant with Paige, who's now 3. Those kind of wraparound dresses when you're pregnant are so comfortable, and I wore it a lot after I was pregnant as well, when everything was coming back down into shape. Here you have Carradine in the middle, beautiful part of the DJC community, who also has a business coach and is absolutely was stunning her whole way through. I watched her on Facebook her whole way through. And there, yeah, so the other photos are of me as well. And I just loved the ability to dress up the gift that is, with a bow and with color and with beauty and with, it's just not something to hide. So 3 out of 4 of these women in this picture have a coach. Very interesting. My friend there on the very left, Magda, so facing you over there, Magda is pregnant at the moment, and also just doesn't have excuses of, well, I'm feeling icky, so I'm not going to dress up. No, this is Magda. Look at her. She was on our photo shoot in London. Stunning, stunning woman, hard worker, got a little girl called Gabriella, and is now pregnant, and just showcasing that you actually can get up and dress up and feel beautiful. You don't have to put heavy makeup on. You don't have to go and buy something. But it's just, take a minute to think what you have building in your body, and what should you do with that gift. It's a really powerful personal decision. Magda has a business coach. You see the silver thread that's running through all of these things. It's incredible. So my friend Brandy, who I'm going to tell you a little bit more about in a minute, here she's showcasing some business casual or smart casual items if you are going to an event that's not kind of suited and booted in terms of dress code. Here we have 9 capsule wardrobe items here. This is all going to be in the book, folks. It's all in the book. It's how to do this for that event, how to dress it down, how to dress it up, how to use 30 items to create hundreds and hundreds of different outfits and not spend a penny. Here's a budget, here's a 12-month plan, here's how you use time management, and you go out and you get these things and you will be shocked at how much you have in your wardrobe. You won't shop forever, especially if you're someone who says, I don't like shopping. Well, I think that's because maybe you don't understand your personal style, maybe you don't understand what works for you, but you will be blessed by the capsule wardrobe in the book that is called Arise and Shine, because you won't have to go shopping on a regular basis. So 9 capsule items here, very beautiful, simple. So the one with the striped day bag or the tote, Brandy could be going to a luncheon, something smart casual. Here when she's in the hotel kind of foyer bar restaurant area with the red day bag, this is a beautiful business casual outfit that can work for so many events. Guess what? Brandy has a coach. You're starting to pick up a theme here. Teachability, humility, people who are not too confident in who they are. And these are all, by the way, very experienced, very capable, highly accomplished businesswomen. Brandy's been working for 25 years. So these are not people who don't have any skills and decide I need to go and learn. Actually, teachability is one of, I mentioned before, one of the powerful 6 principles of highly successful people that we teach in our negotiation courses. Teachability, especially those who think they're good at it already. There are precious few well-dressed women who learn from other well-dressed women. That's a fact. Here's my gorgeous friend, Taryn, who, do you see the earrings that she's wearing? She was with us on our photo shoot in London. Her and her husband flew over on their own time and dime to invest in this book because they caught the vision that the book has got a purpose. It is to get up and dress up and to lift others up through raising $100,000 for the poor, for the widow, for the orphan. Now here, beautiful Taryn has 4 accessories, simple things that if you're going out, if you've got a t-shirt and jeans on, or if you've got a blouse and jeans on at home, you can add a hat, you can add that red lipstick, you can add accessories like this, conplot.com, once again, KONPLOTT.com. Beautiful people, unique, limited edition stuff. Just absolutely stunning stuff. We'll be talking more about Complot over the next weeks and months with the unfolding of the book. And then accessory number 4 is your hair. If you're one of those people who has beautiful hair and you want to get to the mirror and get some input and ask some people and say, should I be straightening all these curls or should I just let it live wild? And if you've got flat hair like I do, should I be like curling it up as I always do, or should I just be letting it, so just find where you're comfortable. But your hair is absolutely an accessory. I'm going to stop here for a minute on Taryn Leica. This is Taryn cooking dinner for her family in her kitchen in the USA, right? So her husband walks in and she gets that look from James that maybe she hasn't had or doesn't get on a regular basis, because maybe prior to this she said she wouldn't take the time to get up and dress up as a fabulous full-time mom. This is a very, very highly accomplished, absolutely amazing, award-winning businesswoman, multi-skilled, completely just highest levels of ethics when it comes to work ethic, some of the most profound levels of excellence that I've come across in many, many years. But she has caught the vision. Oh, hang on a second. I'm in the most important job in the world here as mom and wife in my home. I have to look the part. So she said it helps her to get that look from her husband. She is dressing up for her kids, showing what a wife needs to look like one day for her daughter and what a mom looks like, what a wife will look like for her son. 2 beautiful kids who actually have their own business as a result of what they've learned from their business coach and give more to charity and to the poor than many adults that I know. She uses a product called Time Secrets, which is part of our toolkit, the 10 Steps to Style Success, to manage her time, to make sure she has time to get up at the right time, to get up and dress up, to put her best foot forward, and to make sure that she's productive. She said that one of her most, probably her deepest revelations is that to be intentional in everything, including how you dress up at home, impacts everything else. When she's dressed up first thing in the morning, she said it positions me to connect with those people, to get my work done, to be with my children, to do all my chores, to see to my whole list of tasks, more so than if I don't dress up. She's more productive, and dressing up gives you influence. I don't know if you've picked up another theme here, is that it positions you to have influence. And the world needs men and women of influence who actually love others, who actually care about others, who actually care about the poor. So dressing up gives you influence. Not to look like a hotshot, no, because if that's your motivation, well, good luck to you. You're not going to connect much. Because I believe we're on this world, this planet, to connect. God says, love me, love my people. That simple. But it gives you influence. Guess what? Like I said, she has a coach. She wanted to model. Now, I want to share a couple of things with you here. Way back when she gave up the opportunity to model, to get into business, to have a family, to become a wife, to become a... Here, through her noble intentions and her pure motivation, her and her husband, James, are somehow, through our awesome friend Erin Hudson, connected. We meet only a few months ago. She hears about Arise and Shine, and here she's modeling. Richard and I just put together a beautiful double-page spread of one of the pictures that she did, which represents that we are going to be feeding orphans. We're going to be getting kids out of sex slavery. We're going to be getting people off the street and into homes. That's what this book is doing, and it takes a team. This is not something I'm doing. She did not do this for me. She did this because she has a vision for her family, for her finances, for her marriage, for herself. She wanted to model. Guess what? Right behind her is Lady Gaga's apartment, where at Chelsea Harbour Hotel, we were given the gift of the penthouse suite for 2 days. This is not by mistake. Influence comes when you dress up from the inside out with the right motivation. God will use you. This is influence. I had to show you this. This is a dress in black that I found about a year ago that I actually proposed that one of my beautiful clients gets, because I could just see it on her. Taryn saw it, thought, oh my gosh, it's stunning. And then she said black or red. I'm like, oh no, red for sure. You can see it's even a tiny little bit big for her in the picture, but that's nothing. I mean, what a great problem to have. And then she went and got that very dress. So intentional, a woman who is intentional about everything. And she did not always look that way. I want to just end off with Taryn on this, that she was not always this stunning little, hot little bombshell in the middle of London on a photo shoot like she is here in the gorgeous Alexander Pavlov stunning dress. Alexander Pavlov is a fashion designer that I met in Latvia, again through my same business coach, through a same business seminar in December 2015 in Latvia. And he has a premium brand called Alexander Pavlov brand. It's Pavlov, alexanderpavlovbrand.com. And he dresses the discerning, stylish woman of 35 years old. That's his market. And his stuff is absolutely beautiful. Taryn would not have been able to model someone like Alexander's clothing had she not worked on herself and become intentional. She and her husband are leaders of an organization called Genesis Pure. I went and found their very specific link because you've got to go and check out their story. There it is at the bottom. It's thepurevision.com/leaders/James Taryn Leica. Take a snapshot of this. Do yourself a favor. Go and check them out because these are trustworthy people who don't care about the money when it comes to helping you to get healthy, helping you to have a good schedule, helping you to have a healthy environment through nutrition, through sleep, through exercise, and just through day-to-day. This is a very intentional woman, and James and Taryn are very trustworthy people, and my husband and I are very blessed to have met them recently. So I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but also in the book you will find all kinds of practical tips, also on YouTube and on Facebook, about what I call the non-surgical tummy tuck. That floaty skinny look that I use a lot, if you don't have a six-pack or a flat tummy, there's so much you can do with a capsule wardrobe. And the quality versus quantity principle applies throughout everything. Simple steps with a routine on a regular basis will create for you a lifetime skill within your personal style. Jay's Everyday Fashion is someone who was recommended to me about a year ago, and I've connected with her, and I'm thinking about putting her into the book because this is a woman who has a very, very practical website. It's called jayseverydayfashion.com. Google her, go and check her out. A lovely woman whose practical tips I really enjoy. Very practical. How much was this? Where did she get it? And where you can go and get a similar kind. And she shows where her inspiration comes from as well. Very, very practical and helpful. Here's my beautiful friend, Laura Geideman. Laura, I just love her. Laura is a mom. She is someone who never used to dress up. She used to be afraid of dressing up, and Laura just came along into our community and just asked questions, followed directions, applied them, and look what she's done. She is more confident today. She says, I realize that I have value, that dressing up and spending time on myself a little bit every day is not a bad thing, and that she's trying new things and it's making her a little bolder in personality. There's 4 capsule items in that white jacket and jeans right there, just 4. And 3 of them are on her body. So there is so much that you can do. Again, it's the simple things. And Laura just decided, I'm going to follow directions, I'm going to ask questions, and she's got amazing results. Guess what? Laura has a coach. Danielle Fenster. Oh my gosh, this woman blows my mind. Danielle flew over from the USA to be on our London photo shoot. She just had a baby. This woman, I found out, I didn't even know. I met her through at a business conference because she had red shoes on that I just had to go and say, hi, you got to tell me where you got those shoes. You look amazing. So fashion brought us together. Personal style brought us together. This is a woman who actually has been trained by my favorite designer, Max Azria, BCBG. I didn't know that about her. But she understands that dressing well positions you. That it's not just to look good, that you can actually use fashion for good. She flew over, again on her own time and dime, her and her colleague and friend Julie Jones, who is also a makeup artist, and they just ended up being, key members of the core team for our photo shoot in London for Arise and Shine. She gave her time. I borrowed half of her closet for shoes and getting the right size shoes for different models and accessories, and the woman is beautiful from the inside out, and she has a coach. Very teachable, humble, beautiful woman who really understands the power of wardrobe. If you have, I mentioned hair just now, hair like Agnesa. Again, the book is going to be full of tips and tricks of what do you do with this kind of hair? How can you make it look your best? And I'm not a hair expert, not by any means. It's not my area at all. But I'm going to be putting hair experts into the book who have been working, for example, Sherry Cole, who is Brandy's mom, actually has been a hairstylist for over 45 years. She lives in Alaska. She got on a plane and joined her daughter, and she just helped out and did hair for many of the models. And I've asked, and I've been very blessed to receive from her a write-up on what you need to look for in a hairstylist, and also from the hair professional point of view, what it is that you can do to bless your clients when you work with them. Guess what? Agnesa has a coach. And also I want to just give you a little, if you love healthy food, but good food, tasty food, and you need, like me, you need little healthy snacks and treats now and then, there is a company called Seklu Mus, so it's ACKLU at the bottom, Mus at the bottom. Agnesa is a single mom and an entrepreneur who won a government grant for her at DannyJohnson.com, an event where she was inspired to go off and become an entrepreneur. Go and check her out. Her stuff is absolutely amazing. It's healthy and it's yummy, and Agnesa is a wonderful woman that you should connect with. Peggy Mitchell-Miller, one of my favorite people in this community. Peggy is always edifying. This woman is when she first came to us, I'm like, I'm not sure why she's here. I have one of the things for me, one of the wonders of the world is false lashes. And seriously, it's one of the wonders of the world. And I had some implanted in Rio, Brazil, when I was there on business recently. And every now and again, one just starts falling out because it's been 2 or 3 weeks now. And so if you find me doing this, then anyway, I'll still go and do it again. So bear with me as I keep these. This is real life. This is not professional TV. This is real. So Peggy Miller, who I absolutely love. Peggy came, I was like, why is this woman here? Because she doesn't need my help. But Peggy said that she believes she is an ambassador. She always likes to put her best foot forward. But she was highly organized. I've been in the women's closet through Skype. We've been doing a lot of this consulting through Skype. Very, very, oh my gosh, so impressed with her organization, but very, very little color. So dressing a certain way is going to make her connect with some women, but not with others. What about the women who dress very differently to her? She has a heart to connect with them. So I said, well, you need to bring more color in order to do so. So the capsule wardrobe has been very helpful for Peggy because it has given her more confidence, and it's given her an idea of how to use very simple items of the capsule wardrobe to create more outfits, but to connect more. This is a woman who's got a real heart for other women. So she's dressing to connect. She's looking for, I just saw her red handbag the other day. Yes, Peggy, so I saw your handbag. Thank you for that picture. Absolutely love it. And now she's looking for, I think, green flat ballet shoes and a few things. And this is a beautiful, well-dressed, confident woman who is coming to someone like me and saying, what can I learn? She's amazing. You want to connect with Peggy. Color will attract new people. If you're someone who doesn't like color or doesn't pretty much have a lot of it, then try it and see what happens in your life with relationships. Guess what? Peggy has a coach. Brandy Del Rio, I mentioned this girl to you before. This is a new friend thanks to the awesome Xtina. This lash will not go away. It is just not going away. Okay. Brandy Del Rio, who I met through Xtina Harmsworth, who I'm just so grateful for the introduction. I met her at a business conference, but on our photo shoot in Texas for Arise and Shine. And this girl has just come in and kind of just been this explosion of love in our lives. She has given her time, her money, her expertise, her skills, her muscle, her effort, her handsome, awesome leader of a man, husband. Rogelio Del Rio is an entrepreneur of Del Rio Landscape, and this is a powerhouse, humble couple. What makes them so powerful and influential is their humility. I don't even really know. I've met her husband one time. I feel like he's a brother to me because he has just said to her, I'm behind you, I'm supporting you, you fly over to London, you do this thing for Rise and Shine because we're feeding the poor. That's what these two do. So Brandy herself said she was working for 25 years in business, and this is actually a woman who used to work for MAC, so she was also a makeup artist, and then she became a mother of 5 when she married her handsome husband, and then suddenly she stopped dressing up. She said, well, there's no one to dress up for, right? There's no clients, there's no business. She stopped dressing up when she became a mom, and she just said soon enough she felt that she wasn't shining, she wasn't herself, and she wasn't feeling like she was putting her best foot forward. So she started dressing for herself and then for her husband, and then also to role model to the kids what a wife and a mom looks like. She has become more productive, she is strong, she is fit, she is influential. One of the most influential people that I've met with amazing leadership skills, with a hunger to learn like none other. The woman is passionate about every day, what can I learn in this environment? This hour must not go by until I make a note of, I didn't know that, how do I apply that? You want to connect with Brandy Del Rio. This is a powerful, influential woman. You would never say that because she doesn't lead with, I'm confident. Although she is confident, she leads with, tell me more. She asks you questions. She's all about relationships. She is incredibly trustworthy. The woman is unique. I keep saying to her, I've never met anyone like you. Look at her skin. I have received so many compliments the last couple of months, 3 in one day, in fact, in Brazil, about my skin. This is a woman you want to connect with. I'm 45 in a couple of weeks. I don't even know how that happened. I'm not even going to go there. But I've never had a skin routine. I'm from Africa. I'm from South Africa. I never wore sunscreen. And as a result, I've got a lot of laughing lines. Like, if you do that, people say, oh, but that's laughing lines. I'm like, no, nothing's that funny. So Brandy got me and she said, girl, you got to start a skincare routine. This is what you do. And she put me on it. And I said to her, I'm one of those people, if it's not simple, I'm not going to do it. And the items actually say 1, 2, 3. You want to get with Brandy on that. Dressing up positions you for influence. I've got to pick up the pace because we have about 15 minutes left, I think. So, beauty is an inside job. Mickey Klein, the best looking girl pilot in the world. Look at what she says. A retired pharmacist. She started attending the Fabulous Full-Time Mom webinars. She started with a solid morning routine. She became more productive. Her levels of excellence just went up. And look at her. She sent me this beautiful photo the other day. She was on her way out somewhere, date night, and then she just quickly had to do some vacuuming. Why not sometimes? Why not dress up like this at home for our men? I learn just as much as these women learn alongside me. So why not spruce it up a little bit? And guess what? Mickey has a coach. Mickey, I love you. You're so real, so down to earth. I look forward to spending more time with you. Issa Agape Photography is something I want to tell you about, especially from the USA. Issa Agape is an incredibly talented photographer who takes a lot of pictures of the women that I work with and that Xtina Harmsworth works with. I'm going to tell you about her in a minute. And her price for headshots is ridiculous. It's not going to be like that for long. You want to connect with Issa Agape and you want to book a headshot or a family shot. Her price is ridiculous. I'm not going to spend too much time here. What you will see in the book as well is why you must love your body. You have got to get to a point, no matter how big, fat, small, tall, thick, fat, shiny, not shiny you are, you have to start saying, I love my body, I love my body, I love my body. Because if you don't dress up like you're worth it, then people are going to believe that you're not worth it. He says, love him and love his people. You are his people. So you need to love you. I need to love me. Because folks, we're out of time. We're out of time in saying, well, I'm fat, well, I'm shy, well, I am not in my best shape right now. A lot of my friends know I'm on a journey. I used to be very sporty. I used to be able to play sports and eat clean for 10 days and bam, I would lose 10 pounds just like that. Well, something happened at 44 last year. It doesn't work anymore. Now I'm doing baby steps and I'm like, okay, I've got to get to this. 80% of my wardrobe does not fit me right now, and it's fine because I'm about to get into the best shape of my life, and I don't care how long it takes me. I'm not going to give up, but I say every day, I love my body. I don't care what I feel, I love my body. And guess what? My body responds, and so does my mind, and so does my heart. The point is, we cannot fuss over ourselves anymore. We cannot focus on ourselves anymore. People are dying out there. Our kids are watching us. We're teaching them with what comes out of our mouths. We have got to say, I love my body, I know I'm beautiful inside and out, and our kids rise up to that. That is so important. There are practical things in that book that you're going to get, and on our workshops and in our videos. So what now, folks? I want to wrap up. What now? This is all great, and then there's momentum, and there's connection, and there's results, and what do you do now? Doesn't matter where you are on the journey. The fact that as long as you're on the journey, as long as you take the decision to go, I am beautiful and I am valuable, and fashion and style is a powerful tool that I am going to use, and I'm going to apply this recipe, and I want those results, and I'm going to ask questions and not be shy to do so. If that's you, then there is a workshop on YouTube called the 10 Steps to Style Success. Go to YouTube to our LindaPaige account, and it's all about the 10 steps for life. 1 to 10 simple things that you're going to do that will create out of you a style guru. Doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what age and what location and what race, what nationality, doesn't matter what language you speak. If you follow this recipe, and don't be shy to ask me questions from time to time. If I'm available, I will absolutely get back to you. And follow the recipe, it will work for you. Within the 10 Steps to Style Success, there is those 3 products that I spoke about in your toolkit. It is War on Debt, it is Gems, and it's Time Secrets. If you want to master your personal style, these 3 products are non-negotiable. You might get some results without them. You might do some, okay, but if you want to master your personal style and become absolutely financially faithful like we should be, and faithful with our time, and productive, and happy and fulfilled within how you present yourself as an ambassador to the world, you cannot do without these 3 products, and you get them at www.danijohnson.com. For me as a businesswoman to make somebody else's products part of our official thing, you've got to know my standards are high. You've got to know I have a Nelson Mandela benchmark for everything. I had the privilege of working on his PR and communications team in 1998, way back in South Africa, a long time ago. My standards are high. These products are highly effective, powerful, applicable, and relevant tools for your personal style toolkit. Non-negotiables. The capsule wardrobe will also be in that 10 Steps to Style Success. This is a separate video you want to look at on YouTube as well. Find that, and it shows you how you don't have to aim to look like a celebrity to look good. Practical stuff. The next thing you want to do is go to our website, LindaPaige.com, and if you haven't yet given your email address to join our community, then do so, and you will get the ebook called The Eve of Fashion, just about where it all started, and actually, do you need to be talking about yourself as an apple or a pear, or, do we rather want to focus on your best bits? As a mom, this is a presidential position, folks, and one of my absolute heroes in life is Nelson Mandela, and he says there is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less capable of the one that you are capable of living. So you've got to make a decision. There is no excluding wardrobe, there is no excluding fashion and personal style here. There's no excluding that. You're in the fashion business whether you like it or not. You may as well put your best foot forward. So moms, there is no holding back. And I'm going to end on a practical thing that you can do. If you can't do makeup like that, well, enter Xtina Harmsworth and Brad Harmsworth. Xtina is the founder and lead educator for xmhbeauty.com. This is a woman who has taught me at the age of 44 and still going to age 45 how to do my makeup professionally. It is nothing that I've ever taken the time to learn. I've not invested in it. I've always just kind of done fly-by-night kind of stuff. And I have learned from her how to do my makeup. There is a live workshop that I'm attending in LA on the 18th of May, 2017, this next month, right before we attend our advanced leadership seminar with our business coach and mentor. I think that there is still one seat left. I'm not sure, because I think I took the second last seat. This live workshop is going to be a full day of how to do that nude look, how to do that smoky eye look, how to do that business look. This is one of the best professional makeup artists I have had the privilege of working alongside. This is a woman who caught the vision of Arise and Shine, her and her husband feed the poor, they take care of the poor, they take care of the widow and orphan, and she came along and said, can we get involved, can we help? And she has been a makeup artist on 2 of our photo shoots already. We have been blown away. This girl's work ethic is right up here. She works alongside a team of absolute pros like Michelle Gatt, who is an absolute magician with hair and nails. Her mom, Mary, is actually also a trained makeup artist on their team. Brad is a key part of their team. There are people like Danny Lynn who have worked with them and worked with us on a photo shoot. You absolutely want to get with Xtina. Go to xmhbeauty.com and find out if there's a seat left for this workshop. But if not, check out her products online. They're amazing. So, fashion is a great relationship builder and an educator for your child. Wrapping up for the mom. This is my little girl, and we often do nails, and that's how it looks. It gets all messy, but there's a reason for it, because it gives us time together. We learn about inner beauty, and I see how she loves clothing, and it gives me the chance. She's 3. And it gives me the chance. She saw all the setup here, and she came in with her beautiful red dress, and she's like, Mom, I'm ready. I'm like, what for? And she said, the photo shoot, I'm ready. So if she were still awake, I actually was going to put her on my lap and say, meet Paige, the future chief exec of LindaPaige, because we are building this business to create an inheritance for our children's children. I am thankful to my coach and mentor who has given us a bigger vision, greater than our own lifetime, and that's what we're working toward. Spending time with your kid on fashion can help them to learn about time management and about money skills, because a lot of time and money goes into wardrobe. You can teach them how to give through fashion, how to bless a friend or someone through something, through how fashion is put to work for the poor. And you can have fun together. If you're anything like me, you need to sit down and have fun and get all messy with nail polish every now and again. So, if that's you and if you need a vision, I want to encourage you to do one, if you forget everything else, that you go and check out www.dannyjohnson.com and go and check out First Steps to Success, which is happening on 22, 23, and 24 April. I'm going to be there with my husband. I think it's our 25th or 26th. Hey, Rachel. Love you, Sam, xmhbeauty.com. Yes, Rachel's a client of Xtina's as well, and her results have been profound. But this is where we're going to be. This is the business seminar that launched the whole inside beauty is an inside job that literally inspired LindaPaige. They gave me the confidence and the tools and the knowledge and the experience to manage my time, my money, and my various roles, and to walk and lead forward with a dream, a childhood dream that I was 6 years old when this was birthed. And I allowed the world to kill and drown that dream. And now I've launched my childhood dream of having a fashion business. There is a lot of purpose in that. Matthew Arnold is someone we quote on a regular basis. If ever there comes a time where the women of the world come together purely for the benefit of mankind, it will be a force such as the world has never known. Folks, if you have not sent in your pre-order for the storybook, the Arise and Shine, which is what it's called, it's a story a style storybook, and a fashion toolkit, you want to email crystal@lindapaige.com. I think we're up to 80 something of pre-orders, and I did tell you that I was going to confirm the price for you. We've had a lot of people waiting for this. So the official price of the book is $249, and the pre-order price of a small exclusive list of people who pre-order is going to be $199. And when you take into account all the money you spend on wardrobe, where you've still got stuff hanging in your wardrobe with price tags on it, how much it takes to get a personal shopper to help you, how much money and time you've spent with a stylist, how many magazines you read to get new ideas, how much you actually invest in so much of your wardrobe, and you still say, I have nothing to wear, then $199 or $249 for a lifetime toolkit for your personal style is nothing. And better yet, that 90% of that money that you buy that book with goes straight to King's Ransom, which is kingsransom.org, and it's going to feed and house and clothe and educate the poor, the hungry, the extreme poor, the widow, the orphan, the sick, the elderly. That is putting purpose to your purchase. So friends, it is time to arise and shine. You cannot arise and shine if you're hiding behind your wardrobe. Take the decision to use the tool to shine through your wardrobe, because the world needs you. That is where we are. I'm going to give 60 seconds. If anybody has got a comment, I think we're about at the end. If you have got a comment or a question, please let me know. I want to say thank you so much. I always aim for an hour, and I don't always catch it, but thank you, Veronique. I want to pull Jan in here very quickly at the very end. If you have not met the corporate sponsor to LindaPaige, this man right here is the founder and chief executive. This is my husband. So this is the chief executive and founder of a company called Jan Potgieter and Associates. And I had to convince him to jump in here. But this is the man who makes LindaPaige possible. Because as a global businessman who is called upon by some of the most experienced and senior executives around the world, this is a businessman who always speaks about the privilege he has of working with the companies that we work with. His tagline for our company is restoring honor and integrity to the marketplace. And so, as someone who's traveled and worked all over the world, I said to him, why are you the corporate sponsor to LindaPaige? Is it just because I'm your wife? Is the question that I asked, right?
No, it's not, well, that's a good reason.
That's one reason, maybe.
But it's not just because Linda's my wife. I think, obviously, 5 years or so, I would have had a very different response. For me, it was all just about making money. And, obviously, the coach, Danny Johnson, Linda talks about so much, also is my coach, and has really changed the way that we think about everything. So it's not just about making money anymore. And so for me, I can't think of a better way to serve the needs of those who just don't have the opportunities that we do, through helping my wife create momentum to not only equip women with the skills and the styles they need, but at the same time taking care of the hungry, taking care of the orphan, taking care of those who get caught in sex trafficking, and in the most heinous circumstances that you can imagine. For me, that's a complete win-win. So that's why I'm involved, that's why I'm passionate, that's why we're actually going out to our corporate clients and getting their support for this project. And I can't think of a better way to do that. So you do a great job. And this wouldn't even be happening if it weren't for DannyJohnson.com, because if it weren't for her, we would be divorced. We would not have our daughter. We would have a very hurt son. And I want to tell you that if you are looking to progress, or if you're looking to learn or grow in your life in any area, then I only stand here next to my husband and corporate sponsor for LindaPaige as a result of www.dannyjohnson.com. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Dion, Patrom. Thank you so much, Brandy. Yes, and you want to go, thank you for that, Brandy. Wow. Helped us to close 20% increase in business revenue. So Brandy and Rogelio are astute students of everything around them. If you want to just increase your negotiation skills, very simply at no cost, there is a wealth of information and tips that Jan has put online at www.bizneg.com or bizneg.com. Jan Potgieter and Associates is an award-winning global negotiation training and consulting expert. So go and check them out. We are having one of our first big open access events in the USA in November, because we're working more and more in America now, which we love. We absolutely love America.
So connect with us, guys. Connect with Jan. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, you can send an email to linda@lindapaige.com. I cannot give you a guarantee of when I'll respond, but thank you so much for your support, for your prayers. Continue sowing in, because what you sow into this project, Arise and Shine, into this community, 90% goes to King's Ransom, and that's going to help you to reap an amazing harvest. Thank you. We appreciate you so much.